Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, we do have a second Ebola patient, a second worker that took care of Thomas Duncan has been positively tested and has Ebola. So that makes two of the workers that took care of Thomas Duncan now have Ebola. But I also have some inside information on the first nurse. I don't know who the second worker, I don't know if it's a nurse, a doctor, I'm not sure what his or her position was. But on the first Ebola patient that the nurse, her boyfriend, the reports are he has been admitted to the hospital, being tested, and potentially he has symptoms, potentially has Ebola. Now, but this information is, and the person that sent it to me, I'm not going to give their name, but they have inside information. We're just going to go by their, we're just going to call him Catman, all right? He says, morning, Pastor, news story. Yes, Dallas nurse has Ebola. Boyfriend admitted to hospital. He's Alcon, his employer, was furiously dumping new product into dumpsters last night. Apparently, he had been to work. There's no word on his position this morning, but they are a large supplier to two major large, and I mean large, chains and distribution centers for contact lenses. Now, I'm not going to give the names of those two companies. I haven't because it may not be relevant, really. The question is how many people, it's a very large employer, so how many people was he working with during this time that he may have been carrying the Ebola virus? Now, then again, he may not even have the Ebola virus. That's not confirmed, and I'm praying to God he doesn't. But folks, this thing, the CDC, this thing is out of control. I actually have more information. Yesterday I did a video showing you those CDC trailers that are being sent around. They're saying they're being used for surveys. And there was more of them spotted in California, in Concord, California. Others are being spotted in different parts of the country. So are those mobile units, will they be first being used for surveys, but then, or educational purposes to tell people about how Ebola works and how to stay safe? But does that transform into becoming mobile units for the CDC testing centers, if you will, to see if people have Ebola? I don't know. They are refrigerated, which means they could be storing vaccines or something else. So we're just going to have to wait and see what all this means, but that is the information right now. We do have a second worker down in Dallas, Texas. A second health worker has been tested positive for Ebola. So now at least two people that took care of Thomas Duncan, wearing gloves, gowns, masks, and shields, have still come down with Ebola. Is this thing airborne? Is this thing airborne? Matter of fact, the World Health Organization announced that by mid-December, there will be 10,000 new cases every week at the current rate that things are exponentially out of control in the three West African nations of Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. Folks, pray, is this the first of the 7 last plagues to be poured out upon the earth? Revelation 15:1.